Good morning and welcome to Wisdom Wednesday podcast with your host, Dr. Mary Seegers. Here it is, January the 22nd, 2025. And we're going to continue with part two with my wonderful guest about getting your finances right at the start of the year. Don't wait until June. Don't wait until IRS Day, but start off fresh with the 2025 getting your finance right. So you know the drill. Grab your coffee cup. Mm. My husband brew my coffee fresh every day for me. So you know I'm loving that coffee. Or perhaps you want water or tea and join in on the conversation. I want to officially again welcome my guest and my friend, uh, Auntie D, also known as Denine Williams. Welcome back, my friend. How are you this morning?
I'm great. I am great. I'm in Texas. It's a little chilly, this weather, but the weather outside is frightful, but I'm good and delightful. Okay.
I know.
I'm
I
good
like
to
that. I love it. I love it. Yeah.
go.
I heard about Texas getting snow and cold, but we're used to it up here in Michigan, as you used to know, right?
Yes, yes. Hey, my family in Michigan, shout out to Ben Harbor.
I just want to refresh the podcast audience a little bit more about Denine. Miss Denine Williams, she's CRCMP, is a financial freedom and business success advisor. She's a public speaker, a phenomenal international public speaker, and principal owner of DW Consulting Agency. As a certified risk compliance and management professional, hence the CRCMP, her leadership and expertise is highly recognized in supporting individuals and businesses to succeed in a personal and business growth. With over 25 years of combined and proven proficiency in lending and financial services. She must have started when she was a baby, I know. Regulatory compliance oversight, business consulting, and tax preparation services. Ms. Williams is a leading financial and business entrepreneur and business industry consultant. And I'll let her share on about the programs she has offered. And so, with that, again, what made you start out with all this financial money stuff? I know we kind of talked about it a little bit last week.
Yeah, but let's dive into it a little bit more. Well, for me, lack of knowledge,
Mhm.
right? I kind of stumbled into the finance career. My background was insurance. I managed an insurance company for 5 years, and then I always wanted to be in finance, but I didn't know enough about finance. But when I got the opportunity to get into it, I immersed myself in things that I didn't know. My mom's side of the family had already had their homes paid off and they had second homes and things like that. And then my dad's side of the family, not so much, right? So you got two different versions, and I had to decide which one I wanted to be. Now,
Mhm.
how do I make those plans happen? So starting off in 1999, I got the great opportunity to go work for the associates as a customer service rep, and I've built myself up to senior vice president of global compliance and risk, right?
I,
Without a degree, y'all. I'm going to
come
say that
on
again, without a degree, because
now.
but God, faith over facts, okay? So my faith got me to where I was going, where I didn't even know I was going. And so I just immersed myself in because I been through the mortgage, right? So I worked for mortgage, I worked for the credit card, I worked for the auto part, I worked for the insurance part. So with all of that, I
Mhm.
was like, what do we need in the industry? Right? We need someone that is well versed enough to be dangerous. I know enough about enough, right? To
Right.
be dangerous. And then I also look at it from a compliance and risk perspective. So I can read legal laws, I can read the tax laws and things like that. Did I say without a degree? Look at God, y'all.
It again, say it loud, you know?
So I packed that into a program called Grace,
Mhm.
right? So when I stepped out from corporate America, when I say when God stepped me out, so let me just say that I was with corporate America for 23 years at the same job, City Financial, for 23 years. I will repeat that for 23 years. I started when I was two. They violated the labor laws, report them. everything y'all need to do. But anyway, but when I started, and God pushed me out. It was like uncomfortable. I got to the place where I really wanted to be. And I don't know if any of your listeners have been here when we're talking about finances and things like that. You get so uncomfortable because God is making us uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Right? He's making us uncomfortable so he can push us to the next level. If you stay in the comfort, you can never grow.
Ooh,
Right?
say that.
And that's what I had to learn. And then I learned, why not? Since you stepped out, since he pushed me out,
Right,
is
right.
I mean,
Make it
since
clear.
he pushed me out, and I've been, been doing this, but I had my tax business for about 17 years on the side. So
Mhm.
it was kind of like you have a business and you have something that people need to learn, So that's kind of how grace with finances came. I was like, if I can give the people a customized program,
Mhm.
right? That you may need help with credit card debt, someone may need help with purchasing a home, somebody else may need help with starting a business. So from individuals to companies, small businesses like you and myself, right? Small businesses to groups, right? I've dealt with a husband and a wife that just wanted to get their finances together to learn about it. Right. So I've did that. So it's a customized program that meets you wherever you need because I have this unique ability. I give it all. Whatever you need, if I have knowledge of it, if I can go research for you, if I can help you out, that is what grace is.
And that is, and I love, grace, because in the scripture it said, my grace is sufficient for you. So you're extending grace probably first to yourself and then you extend
Mhm.
it to others. That's what I love about you, Denine, how you don't uh, want to hoard your information. You want to share it and add value to other people, other businesses. You want to see them be successful, to do well. And that's what I know your business is so successful because of that concept that you have.
Yeah.
But does the G stands for something? Does the R stands for something? Okay, let's go into that if you don't mind sharing that more in depth, because some of my followers were asking, tell me more about this grace program.
Okay, well, first I want to do something. If you haven't seen Grace, if you don't know Grace with sign language, it is two circles around your eyes and then a hand over your heart. So Grace, yeah, because we want to give each other grace. So the GRACE, grace, the first one is growing your goals. I can't give you goals, right? So, but one goal that I do give as a small business owner, the goal is I give you is we're going to teach you how to pay yourself.
Mhm.
How do we learn either the profit first model? How do we learn how to give the IRS? Because you're not in business by yourself, right? IRS is your partner. So how do we make sure they're good? I don't work for them, I work for you.
Yeah.
How do we make sure they're good? How
Right.
do we make sure we get your goals? How do we make sure you pay yourself, right? So those are goals that give yourself, and then I give you one, right? So those goals could include paying off debt, purchasing a home. So now we can't write down expenses on your taxes because we have to show taxable income. Right. So that's when I go into my mortgage part. You're trying to buy this big house, this big car. That's when I go into my auto part. Let me show you how to finance. Let me show you how to negotiate. Girl, I go and negotiate. I go in the room with them. You going? We talking about finances, or we gonna go talk to the finance manager? We going together. It's a partnership. Come
Wow.
on, let's
I
go.
love that. I love
I will pull that computer around. You hear me? Anyway, okay. So G is for growth goals. R is for reducing your taxable income. So that's when we're talking about reducing your taxable income. We want to reduce it if you're not trying to buy something, a big purchase item, right? So we talk about those goals. If you're not having those conversations with your tax professional, you're failing yourself, even as a business or as an individual, because you need to have those conversations.
Mhm.
And then A is for adapting the mindset of abundance. This is so important because, like I just explained in the beginning, I had two different growing up models. I
Mhm.
could follow A or I could follow B.
Mhm.
Then I determine what I was going to do, what was going to be my personal goals. So we give you that accountability partner to make sure we can change those limited beliefs
Oh.
that I can't have it all,
Mm.
that God does not want me to have more than we can even ask, think, or imagine. Right. And then C is
And before you go to
continuous.
C, before you go,
Okay, girl. Okay, what? What?
limited beliefs. That could be from our environment, from our childhood, even from our own thinking and analyzing stuff. So how do you go from a limited but mindset to what I call an abundant mindset or a growing mindset? Do you have to be in the right environment? Do you have to, read something, change? I mean, it sounds easy on paper, but what it takes work to do that, concerted effort. I mean, it was share if you don't mind, Denise. That piqued my interest. I'm all about mindset.
Okay, so mindset, first of all, what we do is if it's a husband and a wife, I have them in two different rooms, right? And we're talking, right? Kind of virtual conversation, what we're doing right now. I need to know how you grew up. What was your environment? What was life like? For me, I vowed that I would never eat spam sandwiches again because we had spam with onions and potatoes and da 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 da, and we had rice for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We had them snowsuits, you know what I mean? So let me just say,
Right.
so, for me, is first of all uncovering what those beliefs are, and then figuring out what do you want to do. If you could have life more abundantly, what would it look like? For me, it was looking like going to the mailbox without worrying about a bill that is past due. It was going on a dream vacation. So now let's break that down so I can see what that abundant lifestyle looks like. And then we can go from your numbers and see how do we get there? Is
Mhm.
there more money that we need to access, or is it just,
Mhm.
let me just say this. I found out that financial freedom or freedom is not just finance,
Mm.
it's mindset.
Oh, say that again. You're right. It starts right here.
It starts in your mind, because I will give you just a personal testimony real quick.
Mhm.
Leaving the company, being pushed out by God, not by anybody else, by God, by the man himself, right?
Yeah.
Making six figures with a guaranteed 30 to $40,000 bonus, and I walked away.
Lord, Denise. Yes.
Okay. I ain't nowhere near that. I do not lie to my customers. I am like an infant right now. But when I tell you, I have so much peace
Oh,
that surpasses all understanding. And I have taken the most dream relaxing vacations that I've ever taken in my life,
come on now.
because
Girl.
I've learned peace,
Yes.
faith over facts,
Ooh,
peace that surpasses all understanding. And every bill has been met.
come on.
So
Ooh.
freedom is not free, right? And freedom starts in your mind. So we first have to uncover and unpack all those things, those limited beliefs. My mama didn't do this. My daddy wasn't here. My sister and them doing this. Okay, well, what we gonna do about you? Right? Where's that start at? Well, if it's faith, if it's reading a book, if it's having an accountability partner, if it's jumping on and I log into your bank account and pay your bills, we have done that. What do we need to do to get you to the next level? Because in my company, if you win, we win.
Yes. Oh,
That's the mind.
I love that.
So the mindset, adapting that mindset of abundance, and it's just not in one meeting. That's why the coaching program is ongoing. Because if you need me, that's where the Auntie D comes in. Because I'm gonna love on you. I can pray with you, and I can cuss you out. It depends on what's going on. But we're gonna adapt a mindset of abundance by the time we get done. We're gonna figure out what that abundance means for you.
Yeah.
Abundance means for me right now is every bill's getting paid.
Mhm.
Every bill is getting paid, and I'm still able to live the lifestyle that I've been living. Have I had to adjust? Of course. I'm not going to lie to you. It's adjustment. But
Oh,
let me tell you, this piece is in my head.
mhm.
People don't even understand it.
I know it.
They don't understand it. Okay. So did I answer your questions before I go? Okay.
Fully. Thank you so much. That's powerful.
Okay, so
Powerful.
G is for goals, R is for reducing taxable income, A is for adapting a mindset of abundance, and C is for continuously monitoring your financial situation. It is so many people that come to me and it's tax time and they're scrambling.
Mhm.
I offer my customers a quarterly tax meeting with me, right? So you get to meet with me quarterly. There's no reason why your finances should be in shambles, because you're not using the resources that are being provided to you. And you got to constantly look at it. I'm looking at my account. If that's $10, that $10 is pending. I need that $10 back. I missed the bill by mistake. Go and call and ask for a late fee grace period to waive it. They'll do it. Like we have not because we ask not.
Say that. Yeah.
So there's so many things that are out there because we're not continuously monitoring. We don't know if this subscription is still coming through. We don't know if this is still going on. And then at the end of the year, you're scrambling.
Right.
We're not going to do the scramble. So we're going to continuously monitor our finances. We're going to understand our KPIs, our key performance indicators. And this is if you're an individual or if you're married. I mean, if you're a business owner. Because as an individual, say me and my sister live together. We're roommates, right? Something happens to me. The mortgage is in my name. I got mortgage, I got car note, I got water, I got how does she know where to pick up? Yeah. How does she know what to do in the event I'm down?
Right.
I'm in the ER. What's happening now?
Right.
She could lose the home because she doesn't know who to go to and pay. And that's why we provided a tool, which is called the DWCA Financial Freedom Dashboard. And it's customized and writes down all your bills, who you pay, when you pay it. You can have conversations with your spouse. Like, hey, if we're trying to go on to Bali, like I'm trying to go in December, it's going to cost $5,000. How do we plan for this through the year? Because we want to go on vacation. I'm not going on vacation and paying vacation back. Let me teach y'all how to do this. Let me teach you how to use some of these reward points on your credit cards. Let's go on vacation and enjoy our vacation. If you want to zip line. You know what I mean? Don't worry about that. But then also the last one is engaging emotional money management practices. So we can put all of this together, right? So we taught you how to do your goals, reduce your taxable income, adapt a mindset of abundance, continuously monitoring our finances, and bam, emotional money management practices. Your cousin called you because he stopped by the side of the road and he needs help, but you ain't talked to him in 10 years. Whoever been helping them out for the last 10 years, man, we're going to call you some AAA for free. You know what I mean? Right. We have to use emotional money management practices. Don't let things derail you from your past. And so many times we self-sabotage, and not for ourselves, but others. So we have to use emotional money management practices. So I help you learn how to do that as well.
Yes. That GRACE program, I tell you, anyone that's out listening and want to get their financial right, I encourage you. In fact, I'll be like, I beseech you, my brothers and sisters, to reach out to Auntie D or Denine Williams and let her help you. Because 2025 is going to be an amazing year, but it starts with us making a determination that my year with my finances is going to be awesome. But you got to put some work into it. I said, roll those sleeves up and get the work done. And by the end of 2025, I can promise you this, and Auntie D can promise you that if you follow the program, you will be highly blessed, encouraged, and ready, to do even more. Because baby steps will get you to where you need to go, but no steps at all will get you where you are and stuck.
Now that you girl.
That just came up, girl. I
know. Because baby steps and no steps at all. We can crawl. Like I didn't get to this overnight. My mom was a single mom. So we always were meal planning, right? So guess where that kicked back in right now? Because right now, for one, it's tax season. So I have to meal plan because I have to eat during the, try to eat healthy, but also because I'm on a budget. I'm more restricted than when I was before when I was in corporate America. It was great to go to happy hour and it was great to go to this. And now I got a plan to go to that because, so yes, the meal planning came back in. How you make, we made hamburger helper before it was hamburger help. I don't know about y'all. Let me tell you something. That macaroni and cheese.
Y'all, right. Y'all, I know. And I always say money is a tool. The Bible said, my and I'm going to quote it right because so many people misquote it, but it tells us about the love of the money. The root of all it is. It didn't say that the money itself, but how you hoard and how you want to, you love money more than you love life. But the money that God has given us is a tool so that we can do what he's called us to do and be able to live that abundant life, right? but it takes concerted effort. I mean, it's just not going to happen because we prayed about it. It's not going to
Yeah.
happen. We talked about it. It's not going to say because I'm speaking it out and affirming it. That's all good. But I'll tell you one thing, it's going to take some work to get it done, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It takes some work, some determination, and some accountability. For me, I couldn't do it on my own. I remember with my sister first, I was like, I think I was like in my 20s and I wanted to buy a house, y'all. I don't know what I was trying to think about. But I was in my 20s and I was wanting to buy a house, and my sister made me sit down and go through my checkbook. You remember we had a checkbook and we used to want
Yeah,
to,
I know. At the
and she
balance
wanted
it.
me to round up.
Oh,
Round
wow.
up. No, I ain't round up $2 or $3. I need all my dollars, you know. But I fought against it. But once I did, I had a cushion. And
See,
then when I started seeing a cushion, I started paying myself $5 and $10. And I started putting it in my account. And I learned how to start paying myself first. And then I had a savings. And then I was able to, so it's small steps, like you said, there are small steps that we all can take. And then how to reward yourself. And on this journey, I still reward myself. So even though I'm restricted, you can still reward yourself, y'all.
something. It's amazing you said that because I think I shared on the not last week, but a couple of weeks ago when I was talking about finances. My grandson, he's got a really good job and, it's really benefits and all that. So he was checking on this morning before he went to work. He said, I know I had to work 2 weeks before I get my first check. And I said, well, you got your budget? Let me see your budget now. Because, he's only 19, right?
Mhm.
He said, well, I'm gonna have to modify my budget. I said, no, 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 no. That budget is gonna keep you on point. I said, because you start modifying and changing, your money's gonna just slip here and slip there. I said, but you tell your money where to go.
All right now.
So much for your food allowance if you want to go out to lunch or take lunch or whatever. Tell how much for your gas, how much for paying your rent here, while you're temporarily here, So he said, oh yeah, I got my budget, So if you have a plan that will direct you and help you. Even younger people or even older people still haven't learned that, because the budget used to be a no word, I don't want to hear the budget. I don't want to hear the budget. But we have to be able to be disciplined enough and then know that modify it if needed. But, if you have a plan, that's going to get us better to the other side so we can be successful and see where our money is going.
Yeah.
Times I don't even know what happened to my money. That shouldn't be, not in 2025. Would you agree with
Yeah.
me?
Yeah. And from a 19-year-old perspective, let's just stay here for a minute. If
uh,
we as adults, we have a responsibility to this new generation that's coming behind us to teach them more than we knew. We have so much more available than our ancestors did to us. So we're doing them a disservice if we're not doing like what you did. Well, let's talk about the budget. I don't care if he puts $5 to $10 aside in a savings account at a separate bank, you guys, at a separate bank.
yes.
The reason for separate banks, I stress this with people a lot, especially in business. I pay myself on one bank and I operate out of another bank because my operating and what I pay myself is two different things, right? So you want to make sure that those funds are totally separate. And for a small, young individual, male, Black male, learning how to get out here in the environment, learning that he's going to be able to prepare and care for a family one day, saving and learning that and instilling that right now it's great. The budget, my hat's off to you because those are some things I used to tell my nephew. I was like, a woman don't want a broke man. What's in your pocket? And he would always come out with something in his pocket and I would put something in. And so to this day, he's married now. And he'll say, Auntie, he'll hug me and say, I got money in my pocket. I was like, okay, all right. Because if not, I'm gonna slip you stuff. Ain't nobody want no broke man. Okay. So help us out, ladies. Get
I
these
know.
men together now.
I know. It's so true. Because like you said, they are our future leaders. They are our future, generation that's coming behind us. And like you said, we should lean back and pull them up and help them because there's so many still, even in my age category, they're still going from check to check, paid, and but that's the decision they made. So
Yeah. Yeah.
What's
And
the
it's even in society. Let's just take you and I
Mhm.
for for people that are listening to this podcast. We met on another networking thing and we just hooked up, right? So it's like you have some synergy with people. Be sure, be careful of who you hook your wagon to. I know you heard that before. However, there is some really great synergies. We can help each other out. We can motivate each other, that we don't have to be against each other. We're lifting each other up. We're encouraging each other. When I used to mentor, when I was in corporate America, and my mentees would say, well, what do I do to pay it back? I said, pay it forward. You go get somebody else and you show them how to write a resume. You show them how to ask for the money they want. You guys, we have to help each other out. And so that's where I come in with grace. Grace is not about me. The Bible says it's unmerited favor. Unmerited favor. That means that you did nothing for it. I did it. So, and I'm trying to give grace to
Yeah.
you in finances. So take what people are trying to, those people that are trying to pour into you, and then figure out how you can pour back into them. But as you can see, I get passionate about finances because I know it works. I know that I have been able to go to Dubai and Paris and going to Bali and Japan and Tokyo and all these things that I never thought that I would ever be able to do. All I want to do, girl, y'all, is get married and have a husband with 4 kids. Now, God said that's not what you're finna do. You finna go work in this corporate finance. You ain't gonna have no kid. Look, I ain't got not a kid, y'all. But
But
I'm so happy.
I know, and you're content and you're blessed. And like you said, you're paying it forward, you're giving back. And
Yeah.
it rewards your heart. Like you said, that peace and the joy that you have. The world didn't give it to you, and the world can't take it away.
He can't take it away. And I'm telling you, when I talk to people and even I want to say this. So the grace program is 6 months. You can sign up for my website at dwconsultingagency.com. I do require another 30-minute free consultation. That's with taxes. But even if you don't do the grace program and you need help with taxes, we prepare your taxes for you, but we educate you. I want you to have a better this year than you have next year. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and you don't understand that unless somebody sits down with you. You're not going to get that from dare I say, H&R Block or somewhere else, Jackson Hewitt. You need to find you someone that you know, like, and you trust. How do I make my finances work for me? The one major thing is learning this IRS code, and it's going to be a lot of changes. I'm going to do this plug really quick because I know we're going to get ready to end. Do not be in a rush to file your taxes this year. There's too many changes that are going to come out because of the new president. If you make the file taxes now and there's changes that implement you for the positive or for the negative, you will be having to do a amendment. Let's wait. Let's not be hasty. This money should not be your savings, and if it is, you need grace.
Oh, yeah.
We gonna make your money last all year long.
I know that. Right. Yeah. And that's what a lot of people, when you mention that, I'm away from my income tax. So, but what about your emergency fund? What about your savings? What about your life?
What about your life?
People to get there. And it's going to take much diligence, much prayer, much letting people know about your program and how you can help them and assist them with that because we don't need to be the same thing we were last year. It's
No, no.
year, start of the year. Let's get our finances right. Let's get them straight and enjoy what God has given us.
Right, right. And don't be so scared about it. It is a scary period. A lot of people, I always say, I want to take the fear out of taxes. I think we take the fear out of it with education. We're scared of what we don't understand. So I'm not going to tell you that I know everything, but I will tell you that I know how to research it. I am patient. I listen. I understand. And then we work at it. We work at it together. It's a mutual situation, not just a drop and go.
Right.
Yeah.
So again, Auntie D, if you don't mind sharing your information, how people can reach out to you, I will also put it on my page. If you want to reach out to her, so share your website, your phone number, your email, however they can get in touch with you, so they can make this year an amazing and phenomenal year. 'Cause
Okay. The easiest way to get in touch with us is dwconsultingagency.com. My information is on there. You can schedule a free consultation with us for 30 minutes. You will get me. You can also, on the website, we have an ebook that talks a little bit about finances and the Brace program. So you can download that for free. But we are open for business. We're open for consultations. But yes, dwconsultingagency.com. And my telephone number, if you want to reach out to me or text me, my telephone number is 817-808-5034. Again, that's 817-808-5034. And Dr. Mary, I just thank you. Oh my God, you're such a beautiful soul. You guys, this Wisdom Wednesday podcast is a blessing. Take advantage of these programs that she offers. She's bringing you valuable content. And I'm just so blessed to be a guest on your platform. So thank you a million times over.
Thank you. I'm so glad we're connected. I'm so glad you said yes. And I know blessing upon blessings is going to be all on DW Consulting Agency. And I'm so glad.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon.
All right, y'all. It's that time. Let's get it. Talk to you later. Love you guys. Bye.